Hello. Welcome, welcome. Today's going to be a special live because I wanted to walk you guys through kind of my daily practice. And this is kind of a daily practice that's pretty personal, but I wanted to be able to share it because I feel like this was the perfect time to do so. And I wanted to share kind of what got me to do this today. Every single day that I'm going live on here, I'm not coming on here with any agenda. I'm actually deciding on the day of, in the morning of, what am I going to talk about today. And so I wanted to share what drew me to going live about this topic today, because I was going through an anxiety storm myself today. So a couple hours ago, hey Satnam, I was triggered. I was triggered. I'm not a person who watches news very often, and so the only way that I get my news updates is through social media. And so I try not to scroll very often because there's a lot of things that can really trigger me. I'm an empathetic person. I'm an empath, and as an empath, if any of you are empathetic people or empaths, you know that any little thing that can trigger you can cause you to spiral out of control, whether that be sadness, anxiety, anger, frustration, whatever it may be. So, unfortunately, I just saw the news. And again, like I said, I'm not watching the news every day. And I just found out of this horrific incident that happened in, I think it was Chicago, to Asian Americans, and fell in my heart. Like, I felt so hurt. And it's been hard because in the last year, there's been so much going on with race. And I haven't really taken the space to talk about it because like I said, I'm an empath, and I it's a trigger for me, and I don't know how to respond without being angry and frustrated for the people that are going through the pain. And so what ends up happening is I absorb that pain, I absorb the anger, I absorb whatever that other person's feeling, and then it kind of spirals me out of control. So today, as I was driving my son to school, I started to notice my heart palpitations rising. And if many of you who have followed my page, know, I suffer with anxiety, and I've had panic attacks, and I've suffered with depression and different mental health issues. And over the years, I've had to learn how to cope with them effectively, and it hasn't been easy. But because I'm so open with it, I wanted to share, again, like when I'm going through these moments, I want to share what's working for me for those of you that may be going through the same thing. I don't know if currently you're suffering through anxiety or anger or frustration or sadness, or overwhelm. And so there's a lot of things that I've learned and practiced over the years to help me manage with these feelings, these emotions that can kind of override me in my life. So I wanted to share what I did this today, literally in the last hour, in order for me to calm my nervous system. I don't know how many of you guys all have different symptoms when it comes to anxiety. For mine is heart palpitation. So my heart goes fast, feels like it's going to come out of my chest, and my stomach feels woozy. Like I feel nauseous and I feel sick. So what I recognize that, like I'm super hyper aware. If I'm starting to feel those emotions, then I am proactive and I take action. I don't want to just sit in it and let it fester and get worse, because then it becomes this uncontrollable feeling in my body and my mind. So as soon as I got home, I went to my oils, and I use oils. I've been using oils for over a year, and I have specific oils related to anxiety. So I knew right off the bat I was going to be doing a meditation. I was like, I need to do meditation today because I'm feeling it. I need to calm my body and my nervous system. Meditation always does that for me. And I'm going to share the meditation that I did with you guys. I'm not going to do the meditation. I'm not a meditation expert, but I will walk you through like some of the words that really empowered me today. So before I do that, I wanted to share with you guys kind of what I do. So I have these oils, these calming oils. I have an oil that's called Balance and an oil that's called Adaptive. And with these specific ones, I like to put a couple of drops on my hands and then I rub it and put it behind my neck. And then I inhaled it for about a minute or so. I also take a Poiva, which kind of works. It works like the THC, but it doesn't have the components of THC. And I put a drop of it under my tongue, and then I drank one of my supplements that I have is a calming blend, adaptive blend tablet that I take only when I'm feeling like that storm coming up. So I did that, and then within 5 minutes, I jumped on my couch and popped open my Calm app. So if many of you guys don't use any calming or meditative apps, I highly, highly recommend it. So for me, having an app to help me with meditation has been helpful because I don't know how to meditate on my own yet. I haven't practiced enough, so I need guided meditation. So on the Calm app, I went straight to the one that's called Heartless or Heart Heavy Meditation. And by doing this, it allowed me to get straight to the point. It's specifically for anxiety. So for 20 minutes, I sat on my couch. I laid on my couch and decided to do some deep breathing. Deep breathing for me has always been kind of that calming activity that I have to do, especially if I'm feeling anxious. I've created this practice where whenever I'm feeling angry, frustrated, sad, or anxious or fearful, I stop whatever I'm doing. I before I would push through it. I would, push through it. I would cry through it and just keep on working or just doing what I was doing. But what ended up happening is that would cause my anxiety attacks. So what I've learned over the last few years of having panic attacks is I need to stop whatever I'm doing. I don't care if I'm driving. I don't care if I have an appointment. I don't care if my kids are yelling and we need to be somewhere. I've been super, super intentional about when I'm feeling these emotions. That is a sign of my body. That's a warning sign. If I had a stop sign in front of me, that would be like a stop sign literally coming in front of me, telling me you need to stop. Stop what you're doing. You need to stop, take a moment, and listen to these emotions. They're telling you something. Before, years back, when I didn't learn these practices, I would just keep going. And I would push through it, trying to be that tough mom, trying to be the superwoman, trying to tough it out and suck it up like I was taught in the military, But I learned through professional help that I can't keep pushing through those things. So I decided to stop what I was doing and pause and do my deep breathing practice, do my meditation practice, do my oils so that I can calm my nervous system down. And in that process, the reason why I'm able to talk to you guys here as a normal human being is because I just went through a full 30 minutes of practicing my deep breathing. But I also wanted to share the words to the meditation because they are so powerful, and I wanted to kind of just read them to you because if they really empowered me today, and I feel like I'm going to continue doing this specific one on a weekly basis because I've jumped from different meditations depending on how I'm feeling, but this one is very, very much needed on a daily basis. So this is meant for a meditation meant for anxiety, anger, sadness, disappointment, right? And I think a lot of us have been feeling like this in the last year, especially with the uncertainty of the world. So I wanted to share what it says. And it says, to offer yourself well wishes, be the grounding force of support that you need. Offer yourself the following wishes. And I love these. As you're doing this meditation, whether you're doing a couple deep breaths prior to saying this, put your hand on your heart. And this is when you get to say to yourself, may I be happy. May I be healthy. May I find strength in this time of uncertainty. May I find peace and ease. You can also offer those wishes to anyone else who needs that support. So today, my live today is I want to offer this same wishes to you guys who are on here live. And if you are personally going through a storm of anxiety. So I would love to offer these wishes is that may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you find strength in this time of uncertainty. May you find peace and ease. And I love this meditation because what it does is that it takes you from the state of the world, right? The state of the world that's causing anxiety, moving you through the uncertainty of the world with so much unknown. You're like a little vessel in this huge ocean, this storm of the sea, and it's easy to be consumed by the problems of the world or wanting to hide away, which is what I normally would do. Is I would hide away because I can't handle the amount of the emotions that come with the storm. But through my practice of meditation, it's allowed me to hold space without being swept away by the emotions, with anger, with fear. And so in order for us to create that grounding, we have to be willing to take the time to practice being present, to practice grounding ourselves through meditation, where we ourselves, in the midst of the chaos of life, we are finding perspective. And it allows us to settle our mind when we're becoming overwhelmed with all these different ideas and you know, the amount of news that we're getting, right? Or just the unsettling things going on in the world. It helps us to better care for ourselves and then care for others. And then as our mindfulness practice becomes better, we're able to find the calm in the chaos. So I share that because I want you guys to realize that no matter how crazy your life is, how unpredictable, how uncertain, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. That despite being in that little vessel, in that storm in the sea, that we don't have to be swept away by those emotions. We do not have to be swept away and lost at sea. We can ground ourselves. We can find that anchor. And that anchor is that daily practice. The only reason why I've been able to, and I've been super intentional about this, and I don't recommend this unless you are ready for the daily practice, but the only reason why I came off my antidepressants was because I was willing to do the work, the practice on a daily basis. And I love what my therapist said. She said that that daily meditation for at least 30 minutes a day is as effective as antidepressants. Let me say that again. Daily meditation for at least 30 minutes is as effective as antidepressants or anti-anxiety medications. So if you're someone like me who wants to take a naturopathic journey and a naturopathic process in healing your mind and taking care of your body and grounding yourself, then you have to be willing to do the practice, the daily practices that will ground you. And if you ever need anybody to reach out to think of ideas or things that you can do, like reach out to me. I'm an open book. I don't just talk to my clients. I talk to everybody. I talk to everybody who is willing to ask me questions or pull me in and bring me on their stages or whatever it is. I am willing to work with those who want to learn, who want to change their perspective, who want to improve their practices. That's what I'm here for. And so if you are struggling with any sadness, heavy heart, anxiety, having a hard time dealing with certain areas in your life, if it's not through me, please seek help. I know that if it wasn't for me seeking help, that I wouldn't be where I am today and I wouldn't be still grounded. So I hope that, this is what I currently feel like I can do to create a space for those of you that are suffering, for those of you that might be struggling to cope with what's going on in the world right now. Um, I don't have answers. I don't have answers in regards to how to fix it, how to fix what's going on in the world. I don't know how to fix hate. I don't know how to fix racism. I don't know how to fix ignorance and judgment by other people. But what I do know how to do is to open the space for communication. That's it. And also teaching people how to ground themselves so that they're not swept away by the storms. I did not plan to cry today. So I encourage you guys to find the practice every day. Find the time to stop what you're doing, especially when you're being overwhelmed. When you're feeling those feelings, it's your body. It's your body communicating to you that you've hit a breaking point and that you need to do something about it. You can't just sit and push through it. You have to honor the emotions. You have to honor what you're going through, and then you have to practice grounding yourself. And so, if you guys, if there's an action you can take from today's live, because every day I'm giving you a call to action, is that if at any point during the weeks, during the days, you're feeling like your heart is beating faster than normal, or you're feeling like you can't breathe, I encourage you to stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Open up the Calm app and pick a meditation that's 10, 15, 20 minutes and lay down and honor those feelings and emotions and take the time to heal, because everybody is going through something in their life and we all need some healing. And so if you allow yourself to feel the emotions and heal, it allows you to gain perspective and move forward. And this is honestly what I feel will change the world, is by us taking ownership for our feelings, for our emotions. Because here's the thing, guys, is that hurt people hurt people. And so if you're hurt, then that means you need to do the work to take care of yourself. And if you find yourself judging people, hurting people, commenting negatively on people's stuff or whatever it is, I would suggest to pause on what you're doing, because whatever comment or suggestive, racist, evil thing that's brewing in you is simply a pain that you have not dealt with. And it's just a sign, it's a symbol, it's a warning for you to take the time to stop what you're doing and heal. And it takes practice. Every day, I have to sit down when I'm feeling those emotions. Every day, I have to pause. Every day, I have to take the time and listen to my body and stop. That's what allows me to calm calm myself through the chaos. Hey, Vanessa. So I encourage you guys to be bold enough and courageous enough to ask for that moment. If you are at work and this happens, I would encourage you to speak up and tell people, I need 30 minutes for my mental health. I need 30 minutes to take care of me. And I promise you that your work environment is going to be more, it's going to be open and spacious, and it's going to allow the space for people to speak up and not push through the pain. That's my words, is like, as the world continues to be uncertain, as more and more violence happens in our world, the violence is never going to stop, guys. The injustices are never going to stop. The hate crimes are never going to stop. I don't know what's the next race that's going to be attacked. I don't know. But if I sit here focusing on the future and the what ifs, then I will never be able to move forward in my own purpose, in my own mission, in changing people's lives. So if nothing else motivates you, to create this practice every day, to meditate and deep breathe and take the time to heal your own issues, I hope that at least this will motivate you, is that by you taking care of yourself, you will be able to ground yourself in today. And no matter what war or injustices that come up in the next week or month or year, that you will still be grounded, because you are grounded in your purpose. And being grounded in your purpose allows you to be able to serve others better than if you are to hide away in a closet with pain and suffering and anxiety and unwilling to deal with your pain. You are doing nothing for anybody by simply hiding. And so I encourage you, for if anything else, if there's any other reason for you to be able to do this daily practice, is for the good of mankind, because your practice is going to serve those around you. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining me in today's live. I hope that I continue to create this space of speaking up and helping those that are suffering through these emotions and mental health issues. And I hope that I can create this space that more and more people open up to these issues without feeling blame or shame or anger or fears, without feeling like they can't do anything. So my practice today saved me, and I hope that this practice today saves you. And share it. Share it with any family or somebody who you think might be suffering, who may need the support. I encourage you to help them. And again, remember, you can't help anybody until you help yourself first. You cannot serve anyone else unless you are well. So if you are not well, start with you first. And then when you're well, then you can serve others. And that's also for you mamas, because we're always giving. Thank you guys again so much. I will see you guys tomorrow. Like I said, I don't have any specific times, and I don't have an agenda. I simply am letting inspiration come into me every day to share what is in my heart, so that I can inspire you and encourage you during this season, so that you're empowered and doing what's right and just adding to the good in this world, not the evil and bad stuff. I think we all have good in us, every single human being. But every single human being needs healing too, in order to get that good out of them. Thank you, Kat. All right, guys. Thank you, Kelly. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Stay tuned for the topic. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm keeping it open and allowing the Spirit to guide me, and allowing whatever circumstances I'm going through to share with you guys. So see you guys. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.